What's going on, YouTube? Today we are going to be painting a portrait of the one and only, the legendary Robert Boss. And we are going to be doing this in 15 minutes. That's right, we are going to paint the legend Robert Boss in 15 minutes. So the palette that I have here today is quite simple, and it's really good for all portraits you can imagine. Just titanium white, cadmium yellow deep, cadmium red light, alizarin crimson, ivory black, phthalo blue. So we're working on a 9 by 12 inch cotton canvas panel that has been toned ahead of time with a big old brush with ivory black and linseed oil. And that's about it. Let's go ahead and, what do you say we start the timer? Timer has begun. So let's go ahead and mix our first color. No drawing is needed. We are just going to mix color right away. So in order to paint Rob Boss, we are going to paint an imaginary person. Robert Boss is a fictional character, someone that I'm making up. So I get to choose kind of how I want to paint this. I'm gonna start off with a little bit of a drawing, not too much. Let's just say that that's the angle of the head. The size of the head approximately is this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of light on the forehead, and we can use whatever skin tone we want. We can make it lighter, we can make it darker. It doesn't really matter, but the ivory black tone on the canvas actually makes it really easy to create skin tones and to work wet on wet, which is also known as alla prima. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and paint the cheekbone. So it looks all kinds of scary at first, but don't worry, we will make something out of this. So a little bit of red onto this side, and the legendary Robert Boss is going to have a little bit of facial hair. So let's put some light over here and some light over here. These are going to be the planes that are going to be facing the light the most. A little bit of red here for the skin tone. And now we're going to go and change brushes. Always change your brushes so that you don't have to clean them. So now I'm going into black and red. Gives me a nice brown color, and we are going to use this for the shadow shapes. So right over here, concavity of the eye socket, and over here, concavity of the eye socket on the other side. And we will use this to create the edge on the forehead and maybe a little bit of a cast shadow from the hair that we will paint in shortly. And now there's going to be a little bit of a shadow, a tad bit more of the black and red, and this gives us a nice little shadow shape for the nose. Same thing, we will use it for the mouth. And like I said, we are going to have some facial hair in just a moment. So a little bit of red, mix the red a little bit towards the bottom so it does not interfere with the color above. And there we have, let's put a little bit of a smile on our fictional Robert Boss, the legend. And now we're going to put some color over here, and this gives us some of the form that we want, and we're going to use the same thing. This is the alla prima approach, really fast and efficient way to paint a portrait. For the eyes, we don't want to have too much for the eyes, but just enough. So now we're going to change brushes. Black and red is what we're going to use. Black and red. A little bit of a shape for the eye. Make sure the eye is not too big, so we'll correct that in a little bit. And again, this is a fictional character, so who cares what the size of the eyes is going to be. and make the eyebrows a little bit happy. We raise the eyebrows, accent for the nose. That kind of took care of itself. So now we're going to add a little bit more of the red, and we're going to paint some facial hair. So start off with whatever kind of mustache. I'm going to give the legendary Robert Boss a real nice mustache, but a little bit of a goatee as well. And what do you say we go towards the beard? Right down here, a little bit more black. Nice and simple. This is going to go all the way up here. A little bit more black. And now the phthalo blue, just so it doesn't end up being so red. Nice and simple. What do you say we give a little inclination of a neck? Yeah, it's a simple little neck right there. Let this edge get a little bit softer with some red. Nice and simple. Now we are going to paint the hair. And the way we're going to paint the hair is by painting not the hair. Isn't that a little weird? We are going to paint around the hair first. And we are using just white and phthalo blue. Using the alla prima approach, we can paint a whole lot of stuff a whole lot faster. Just like that. And we are gonna just paint the face. Need not worry about the clothes or anything like that. Okay, so let's say the legendary Robert Boss has a nice afro. Nice little afro. Somewhat like that. Now what we're going to do is go and change brushes once again. Keep several brushes out so you do not have to clean your brushes. And now just a little glimpse of what may have been an ear in the shadow. Just a little brush stroke for that is all that is required. Now going in with the black towards the bottom. And this is the alla prima approach to painting. It's very fast, efficient, and as you can see, a whole lot of fun. Now the black is going to go over here. Let's say there's going to be a little bit of a shadow for the legend. Shadow side over here. Nice and simple. And let's let that be the light. Okie dokie. Maybe a tad bit more for the neck, because we've got plenty of time. We've got a whole 7 minutes. Plenty of time to do this painting. Let's say that our legend is wearing a V-neck shirt. Why not? We're just making it up, so let's put in a V-neck shirt just cause we can. And we'll use a different brush now. Add a little bit of red and yellow. See how easy these mixtures are? And let's say that there is some light on this awesome afro. Original hair, by the way. Rob Boss doesn't play. Bro has real nice hair. So real easy highlights right here. Think about it as a sphere. Remember that hair has planes. All right. Now, what we're gonna do is change brushes to a smaller brush, and we are going to give the legend some glasses. Glasses are quite simple to paint, just light and shadow, pretty much like everything. So there's the frame for the glasses, and whatever design the brush creates is whatever design we're gonna have. Something simple, just like that. Okay, now we're gonna change brushes once again. As you imagine, I've got a lot of brushes because I don't want to clean the brushes. That's why I have a lot of brushes. So yellow and blue make what exactly? Somewhat of a greenish color. And that's going to be the light on the glasses of our legend. Very simple glasses right there for you. Highlight over here. And we've got plenty of time. We've got so much time. We've got 5 minutes still. So what do you say with the 5 minutes? We add a little bit of realism. Not too much though. We want to keep this fun and expressive. Rob really does appreciate the simplicity. So let's not get too crazy with the form. Just a little bit of form. Half tone here, and maybe a half tone here. Change brushes. A little bit of a highlight over here. See how simple it is to create form? Highlight over here. A little bit more red. This gives the plane change for the chin. Nice and simple. Now let's go back to this brush. A little bit of light on this plane over here. Maybe a little bit of red for the nose, but not too much red. Just a touch of red. And let the paint do the work. Let it blur out, and we can create whatever shape nose that we want. A little bit of red for the accent there. Now we're going to change brushes, and we're going to paint a little bit of a smile for our legend. Just a little bit of form here and there. Not too much. We don't want to go crazy with this. Alizarin crimson is the color that you want when you're painting a mouth. Nice little smile. A little bit more of the alizarin right there. Just to add a little bit of light. And now let's go back to the facial hair. And we are going to add more form to the facial hair. Why not? Let's make this beard nice and big. And we're going to blur these shapes, again, using just the paint. Let the paint do the work for you. And while we have this here, let's put just a little bit of kind of a tired shape underneath the eye. And now some planes for the beard. Using the same brush. And of course, we can add a shadow on the opposite side. Why not? Using just the black and blue. This gives us a nice little shadow over here, but like I said, nothing too crazy. And a minute left, and we're pretty much done painting our legend. Once again, this is a fictional character that I have painted for you. Okie dokie. 1 minute, 37 seconds. Once again, this has been a fun experience to create this painting for you. I will be making up more portraits in the future for these time trials because your boy is broke and I can't pay for models to pose for me, and I'm getting kind of tired of using those copyright-free references, so I'm just making stuff up because I've been painting portraits long enough that I can pretty much make up almost any type of likeness that I want. Highlight on the nose. This is a fun painting exercise. You should totally paint along with me. Take as long as you need. Let's put a little bit of a blue for the glasses right there. Nice and simple. 30 seconds left. So what do you say we just blur out this little shape here? Again, take as much time as you need. So I think this is just about good. Maybe a tad bit more for the back of the neck. But that's it. That's the timer. Timer is finished. Finito. Ya se terminó. All right, so let me figure out how to turn that sound off of the timer. And all right, I figured it out. So once again, this was a fictional character. I just thought it would be really fun to make someone up. Once again, this is not based on any person. This is made up. I will be making up other characters, such as a Super Saiyan. I feel like I'm going to paint a lot of kind of fun little twists. I'm thinking of just fun exercises for you. If you really like this video, please help your boy out. Maybe one day I'll be able to afford to hire models so I can paint real life people again. Subscribe and like the video. There are links in the description box for you if you want to take online classes with me, or if you want to purchase the same materials that I'm using. I've got affiliate links in the description box for you. Once again, it's been a lot of fun to do this painting for you. 15 minutes is quite a challenge, but I decided to do it anyway because, you know, ain't nobody got time for those longer paintings. But we will do longer paintings in the future as well. So just going to be a fun little mix. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I wish you the very best, and I'll see you next time.